Just Another Movie Podcast with me, Darren,
Joel.
and today we're going to be talking about Together, which stars Alison Brie and Dave Franco.
Brother of controversial James Franco.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's a bit freaky.
Yeah, he is. He was like sending weird snaps or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, some weird images to
He
people
was
and shit.
freakier than this film.
Yeah, I know. Did you have like expectations going in for Together before you actually went to see it?
No.
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 No expectations whatsoever.
That sounds so basic. No, I expected something a little bit freaky, you know.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a little bit more like a Cronenberg film with the body horror.
I expected to be more down bad. That's what I meant by freaky. I
Oh,
was expecting.
were you thinking it was going to get like sexual up in there?
I thought it was sex horror.
Right, okay. Did you? See,
Well,
I didn't have that going into it. I thought it was just going to be
gonna
body horror.
Body sex.
Right, okay.
'Cause
Well, to be fair, skipping way forward in the film, there is a bit of sex horror in there.
spoilers.
Yes. But like that scene in the kids' fucking bathroom made me wince. Should probably clarify a bit more that it's two adults having sex in a
yeah.
kid's bathroom
Yeah.
at a school.
So are we just getting into this, right?
Yeah, just
so,
get stuck in it.
I like the way in the scene. The teacher walks in, and it's like, what's taking you so long there? She walks out and just has like that bit of blood
Just had some
dripping
blood
down.
runs on her leg.
Yeah, but then when he walks out, he just sees like the feet appear from the cubicle.
Just as he's like catches it in, like the corner of his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good shot. So it was. That's one thing I will give this film. Like it was shot beautifully, and I think it was the director's whose name I can't remember. It was his first like feature film debut as a director.
Right.
So I think as a first film, he done a pretty good job with this one. Like as we were talking about as well, I was expecting more body horror. Not to say we don't get some body horror, but I was just expecting it to be grosser than it was and more in your face with it, whereas a little bit more subtle, which I guess if that's what they're going for, they did a good job of it.
It's so lazy making this comparison, but it was like a slightly reminiscent of The Substance with its body stuff.
Yeah, I think it's probably because The Substance is like the most recent body horror type film that's came out that really made an impact.
Yeah. And again, I keep on going back to this, but I thought there's going to be more sex.
In The Substance or this?
No, this one.
Right, okay.
It's more relevant, but like...
I guess because they're like Dave Franco and Alison Brie are husband and wife in real life, and I think during this film as well, you can really tell that they have that connection with each other.
I think it's probably one of the best cases of like great chemistry in a film
Yeah,
that I've seen this year.
even though the characters themselves in the film, well, the boyfriend, partner, whatever he is, you can sort of tell he doesn't really want to be with her. And I think it's because of his own like failures in life, and she wants to move on. That's where they're like leaving the city to go live in like a small town or small countryside place where she's a teacher, and she has this realistic idea of life, nice simple life, good job being a teacher, whatever. But he wants to be a musician, and he's not doing a very good job of it.
No.
And so he's like a man-child who's being catered to by her. And he sort of seems like he's blaming her for his misendeavors.
I just really want to know what type of music does he play?
Did we actually ever hear anything he's meant to play as an artist in that? No?
For all we know, he could be like, I don't know, he could be a rapper.
Oh, God.
He
would be
he plays instrument. No, this could be like a Limp Bizkit situation. He could be new metal.
I think he's like a jack of all trades sort of dude, because he's like got his whole wee setup done, in his house. And he's going through different instruments and stuff, it seems. But you never actually hear anything he plays.
Maybe he's just a busker.
It's just a busker. At this point, he probably is just a busker whenever we meet them in the film. But it's sort of like, as soon as the film sort of opens, it gives you an idea of what the horror is going to be in a way, because it shows you this random sort of like precinct of these people looking for this missing couple in the woods, and then these dogs find this like fountain or underwater type thing,
Yeah.
and start drinking from it, and then the dogs go home and they start freaking out, and it's almost like the fucking thing You haven't seen the thing. I can't make that comparison.
Thanks for telling the audience.
I told them last time as well. It's fine. I'm gonna make it a point of saying you haven't seen the thing in every video until you watch it. But yeah, you get a really quick glimpse of these dogs like just melding together, and I thought it was quite effective. But there's like later on in the film, you see the daughter of the family of who owned these dogs in Alison Brie's classroom for like a minute or a couple of seconds, you know, and she draws a picture of these dogs that are melded together, and Alison Brie brings it up to her, but that's never elaborated on again.
Yeah. See, was it just really well done, like with the foreshadowing, or is it just lazy? They didn't.
I don't know. It's probably like it's there intentionally, I would say, but I feel like there's a lot of moments in this film where they're setting certain things up that could have delved deeper into like the lore or explaining things a bit more, and they didn't. But then I guess it was just to really focus on the two main characters and the struggle they were going through.
Because not everything needs a massive deep dive into.
No, it doesn't. It's just me. Like again, I said before, I really like lore, so I love like loads of backstory and stuff, and yeah, it's great leaving things to the imagination and all, but I do like it whenever a film's sort of like, this is what's happened, this is why it's there, and you know, because skipping forward again, it turns out to be a whole big cult sort of thing.
Yes. What did you think of that revelation?
I thought it was pretty cool with the whole like bells and all, and the way they introduced one of the characters who is like Alison Brie's co-worker, and he's like telling them the story over dinner one night about, you know, nonchalantly, it was this like cult and their chapel fell into the ground, you know, sank into the ground and stuff, and he sort of makes random comments about it, only to find out later on that he was part of the cult.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. So once they leave the city and go to this like small town or small country, I don't really know what it is, it's not very specific, but it's hours away from they originally lived. They decide to sort of take in the natural surroundings in a way, and there's this big forest that's right beside their house. They go wandering around there and end up getting lost, but they see these trail of bells that lead somewhere, and I think that's how they get lost, is it? Or is that what they find that leads them?
Well, I think that's what leads them, because they were trying to find how to
get home.
Oh, actually, no, I'm talking balls. No, no, because they were going for a walk. Then he just sees the bells, and he's like, "Oh, what's this?" So he goes in. She's like, "Oh, we'll get lost," you know.
Oh,
so they go into that area. Then that's when the whole gag about, you know, he can't.
He just finds north.
Yeah, exactly. Then they slip through the hole, you know.
Down into this big fucking cavern.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah, he turns into Bear Grylls. They sleep there. He drinks weird floor water.
Yeah.
And
the same water the dogs drank at the beginning of the film.
And he gets residue on his skin.
Whenever they wake up the next morning.
Yeah, it's all sticky when they try to step. It's like when you walk in someone's bathroom floor, you after they've had a wank.
Do you know all about that?
No.
You're walking out here.
It's like me trying to walk out of your living room.
This is Goonin Cave. Anyway.
Yeah, so anyway, the first bit of like an indication of the body horror would be in that cave scene where I think it's their arms, is it?
It's their calf, I think.
Or their calf.
Yeah, it's their calf. Because they're sleeping beside each other, their calves get stuck together, and it's like they're pulling away, and they're like, what are you doing? You know, as if they're like purposely hurting each other, and they realize like it's their legs stuck together, and he's like, it's like mildew.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
From there, it seems like pretty normal. Is that until like she decides she's going to go to work, and he's in the shower, and this really weird scene happens where like he zones out, but then his body just like slams into the wall, slams into the door, following the direction of her car going to work. I thought that scene was class.
I loved it. That's probably my favourite sequence in the film. Always excellent.
It also, but then there's random points in the film where I was like, what are the rules to this? Because there's moments where, like that, he's like magnetically being, you know, pulled towards her, even though she's ages away. But then there's other times where it means nothing.
Yeah.
It seems very selective whenever it actually seems to kick in. So it does. But it was very effective, that shower scene. Just to give you an idea of, like, this is what's happening. He is being drawn to her.
Yeah.
And it only seemed to be him at first.
Yeah.
It was only later on in the film where it was both of them. And it was like that hallway scene.
Do you think because he took the water first? Or
maybe. He probably drank more of it or something. And then, yeah.
But, yeah, that was cool then. It was funny realising that, like, when he took... What was it? It was morphine, was it?
No, it was diazepam.
No. Oh, diazepam. Or...
Yeah.
But what's in it, though?
Oh, I don't know.
No, what was it?
I'm not a fucking doctor. Valium? Is that what they call it?
Yes, that's the point I was trying to make. Yeah,
Valium. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have never known what Valium was, to be honest. I know what diazepam is. I didn't know that's what Valium was.
I just know what Calpol is.
Calpol. Yeah.
I still take it at bedtime. No,
I take whenever I give the kids Calpol when they're sick. I'm like, one for you, one for daddy.
It actually tastes nice.
It's so tasty.
Yeah, exactly. They should do like one of those like you know the way they've got like a Fanta grape, Fanta strawberry.
Yeah.
They should do like a Fanta Calpol.
Calpol flavored drink. That would be fucking. Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
And anyway, so he takes his meds and he's fine.
Yeah, because he goes to the doctor and they think, oh, he's had like an episode or something, and he's like, that's not what it is, but they give him diazepam because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when he got horny and stormed the school and went to the bathroom and shagged your woman.
Well, it was a bit later, I think, because he came on to her in the house first. Because there's this whole thing where he hasn't fucked her. And this is pretty relevant from the start because one of the first conversations...
Guys, this is a main plot point here.
It is a main plot point, to be fair. They make a very big deal of it. But
he just can't get it up. It's not that deep.
It's
Quite
not
literally.
that deep. A couple of centimeters, like, oh no.
I knew this would be
I've had too much to drink.
This would be the sex joke.
But going back to the start of the film, like, you get this conversation between Alison Brie and this other girl, and she's talking about how she should just leave him in the city and go out to wherever she's going and find someone who will actually fuck her. So that gives you a lot through dialogue in this film, tells you like what you need to know about these characters.
I'm sure she could find like someone on the street, give them a $5 and
I mean, it's Alison Brie. I don't think she would have to try very hard.
Yeah, exactly. Just breathe.
I was like, yes, please. I'm gonna regret that.
That's just getting clipped.
Yes, please. Anyway.
So anyway, she needs some penis.
Yeah, and he's not giving it to her. So whenever he like first has this fucking rush of
No
like,
dick?
no. You're be lucky if you're doing the clips for this video.
Fuck you.
Anyway, so he comes in and he gets her all fucking hot and
No,
bothered.
he doesn't come in. That's the whole point.
Comes into the house and he like gets right up in her. No, he doesn't get in her. We're not gonna get past this. But he basically like starts making out with her and then just pulls away from her. And she's like, what the fuck? Is this whenever their lips first like sort of get stuck together?
Is that no? Because yeah. Oh.
And she's
shit,
like,
yeah.
you're hurting me or whatever. And then he's like, what the fuck?
I
So
don't
then
like that.
she's already wet and wanting. And he's like, nah, bitch.
Boom, bitch, get out of the way. Yeah, but then they wake up during the night and he's got a full mouth load of her hair.
That was so, I didn't know what the fuck he was going to be doing
awesome.
in that scene.
That was an awesome scene.
Because you hear this like guttural noise happening, and then she fucking is like, "You're on my hair, you're on my hair," and then turns around, he's just got an absolute fucking body. He looks like a giant sex doll with fucking hair going down his throat, and she like pulls out, and it's disgusting.
It's like, what, stop pulling my hair.
And then it's like after that night, she's taking him to the train station, because he's meant to be playing in a band. And sitting saying, like, right, you take this time by yourself, don't worry about coming home tonight, all this shit,
Yeah.
I think she's sick of his shit at this point, to be fair.
Yeah.
But then, whenever she leaves him at the bus stop to go drive to the school, he goes, burp. That's what he goes like.
His long delayed morning wood comes.
He gets all fucked up, and he's like, oh, I need her. So he follows her to the school.
Yeah. Then that's when his penis gets stuck inside of her vagina. And I think it's the most clinical way of putting it.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, he's like trying to pull out, but he can't because he's not got no pull out here. But anyway, so he's trying like, thrust back out.
Yeah.
But then you actually get a shot of him of like
stretching.
the penis stretching. I think we all felt that.
Yeah.
Then he manages to completely get it out.
Yeah.
Then that's what
I think she just goes
blood
like
down
sorry, and then like whacks him out of her.
This is gonna hurt you more than it hurts me.
Yeah, and then she has to deal with the fact that there was a child standing outside.
Yeah.
That heard this, and then the teacher comes in, and that's whenever she's bleeding down the leg and all, and sees him dropping his feet when before he should have. Yeah.
See in that situation, like give a signal. It's like drop your legs now.
You don't just do that, but then he seems like a fucking idiot anyway.
Yeah, he does.
So he does.
He's a musician that's failed. So,
He's a field musician. That's Dave Franco. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's one thing about Dave Franco. I don't think the man can act particularly well.
No.
And I think he's only really good at playing Dave Franco, if you know what I mean. Like, no matter what you watch, he just seems to be him.
For me, it was always James Franco's brother.
Yeah.
He just exists.
I don't take your drink there.
I don't know what you'll get from that.
I know, some sort of STD.
As long as it's not the one where it's like a Dave Franco getting stuck and just having fucking...
What the fuck happened there? Is that a recliner? I didn't know that.
What did I do?
What did you do? It is. I didn't know that was a recliner. That's awesome.
This is great. How long you had this chair?
I've had it for months.
Right, well.
Anyway, that's a nice surprise.
Well, there's
My chairs pull out games stronger than Dave Franco's.
Especially my fella. So where was I?
I can't fucking remember. That really threw me off.
I think some joke about, coke and STDs. Anyway.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, so moving on from that scene, then they have an argument, and she goes over and apologizes to your teacher guy.
Yeah, and that's where we get, like, he tells us about, like, him and his husband.
Yes.
And it's pretty clear just through dialogue that his husband isn't around anymore.
Yeah.
And then, like, because at first you're wondering, is this guy a bit of a threat to Dave Franco's character?
Yeah.
Is he trying to pursue Alison Brie? That's the insinuation I think they're supposed to get from him.
Yeah, no, that was quite clearly the implication, and it was mentioned by Dave Franco.
Yeah, but then once you realise, no, he had a husband and all before, that goes away. Yeah. So you think this dude's fine, he's not a threat.
Dave Franco gives a sigh of relief.
Dave Franco's outside being a fucking cooner. So and Alison Brie has to make a quick getaway, and she's like, what the fuck?
That's like throughout the whole film, though, it's like it's Dave Franco going like, oh yeah, I'm ready to get on, but like doesn't.
Yeah, it's like,
back and forth. he blue balls his partner.
Yeah. But then it's that night that they're like, she's like, no, fuck you, you're sleeping in the other room. Not the actual words they use in the film, like, but...
Ironically, that's what he wanted. He just wants to play music and...
That'd be left alone. Yeah. But, I was thinking that was the night of the corridor, but that's the night that... Are you farting?
No, it's just laughing. No, it's just laughing.
There's a scene where he's downstairs working on his music, obviously. Or he's like going through the images of
on Facebook, the missing people.
The missing people. and then Alison Brie's character's like outside the window,
Mhm.
and then she just fucking like slams right in her face right into the fucking window,
Yeah.
and like he lifts up, and her whole body like levitates,
Yeah.
scraping her face like sort of against the glass.
Oh, see, that's when I would just took a step back and started doing the Gangnam Style dance.
Just to see if she copies. But yeah, and then she like smashes through the glass and shit. That scene I thought was really effective as
Yeah.
well. Like
100%.
I think most of the scenes in this film are effective.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's more, its full flaws are it could have been fleshed out more, and
Literally.
we'll get to it later. But I think the last shot in the movie is stupid.
Oh, I do as well. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I don't think we need to talk about too much about the plot that happens in between. But we'll get to the corridor scene because that
Yeah.
scene was class, I thought, and it was there where I thought this can get really silly, but it just missed becoming silly, if you know what I mean. Like it was like, this is pretty sick and pretty cool, but it could get so dumb so quick.
That's the thing about horror, though. It's like, whether it's super, like, I want to say supernatural in a way, like, it's so like unordinary
Yeah,
and like I don't know what's the word, like just
extraordinary.
yeah, extraordinary, but it's like it's unrealistic, but like that's the thing, it could be silly so easily, which there's a lot of.
Yeah.
But trying to make something like that fantastical straight and believable is like, that's the hard part,
Yeah,
which I think they done.
they did well. That's what I'm saying. That's when I was watching, I was like, how is this just gonna get fucking dumb?
Yeah.
And it was like, whenever they, like, they're just, she's at one end of the hallway, he's at the other end of the hallway in like the spare room, and their bodies are being flung out into the hallway, moving in all sorts of uncomfortable looking positions, just trying to get to each other, and they're trying to stop their fucking bodies from moving and stuff.
Yeah, because the way they're like contorting their body, it just works.
Yeah, and you hear all the fucking creaks and the cracks of their bones and shit.
Yeah.
And then like their arms like start fucking melting. He's like shouting at her to get the medicine from the cabinet that's just beside her.
Yeah.
And that, it was silly. Like it was funny though, you know, it wasn't dumb.
Yeah.
And he's like saying like crush them up and sniff them and shit because it gets into your bloodstream quicker. And while this is happening, their fucking arms are like melding into each other.
I
like,
just
under
love the
skin.
effect where you could actually see the fingers.
Yeah,
That's
under
so
the skin.
cool, yeah.
It was sick. So it was, but then again, it comes to like they could have added more like flesh ripping and stuff, you know, and blood sort of pouring out more.
Yeah.
But then I think it's taken its own artistic merit to be what the director wanted, and it did look cool.
Yeah.
And then
They
he wakes up and he's fucking tied to the chair.
exactly, and that's when, again, another thing I don't think we have touched on is how good the comedy is. Because it doesn't deter from like the urgency of a moment, but it does like get you laughing.
Yeah, and it's the comedy between the two characters as well and their dialogue, because they do work very well together. It's believable and it's quick and it's natural as well. Just the way they're talking to each other during this unbelievable situation. And whenever she has him tied up to the fucking chair,
Yeah.
and she has this fucking, was it like a woodcutter or something, or
Was it like one of those meat, like, you know, the way there's like the base of it, what you hold is like really thick, but it's like the really thin blade.
well, like a thin blade. Yeah.
Was that it, or am I just making shit
No,
up?
it looks like a meat cleaver sort of thing, like an electric one. But I think
Yeah.
it is like an actual power tool.
Oh, yes, because
Yeah.
that was used earlier in the film when he found like a bunch of rats
Tools.
melded together,
Oh yeah.
which again we haven't touched on.
No, that was
That happens.
that happens.
Yeah.
We get lost in our own train of thoughts.
So wait, yeah, there is a lot of foreshadowing, you know.
Because he finds this mound of dead rats, which is called like a rat king. Whenever all these rats get fucking tied up with each other's tails and shit.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like an actual thing.
Oh right, shit. No, I just knew in The Last of Us the Rat King song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But no, there is an actual thing where if all these rats get tangled together, matted in each other's hair, and their tails and all get twisted and tangled, and they can't escape each other, it's called the Rat King.
Oh, so they're all alive?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
these ones are dead in the film because it just.
No, I get that.
Yeah, but that's
Sick.
what happens.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting, but sick.
But he pulls out of like a lampshade.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, you're right, we did miss over a lot of stuff that was cool at the beginning of the film.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I was, because one of the, is it the first night they're at the house? He's having a nightmare. And, in the nightmare, she's sleep talking. And she's like, can you tell him to stop looking at us? I can't sleep. And then it cuts to like these two people at the other side of the bed, and there's like this woman just like staring at them,
Oh yeah.
and this body beside her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like freaking out. He goes to pull the covers over, and her face is like under the covers.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Like, it was a very effective moment. It was creepy.
Yeah. Then don't we not find out that's his parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why the whole thing about like a smell.
Yeah.
He thinks he can smell the smell, and then that's how he discovers like the Rat King thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's whenever they're in the cave after consuming the dodgy water and shit, he tells us the story of how he found his mum lying in bed beside his dead father.
Yeah.
And her mind broke and lay there for days on end, and all he could smell was his dead dad.
Mm-hmm.
And also he had rats above his bed as well at one point that were just cooking every time he turned the light switch on. So yeah, there is some really cool moments like that in the film.
But moving back then it's just a comedic sequence trying to chop their limbs off.
Yeah, as I don't think we actually get to see the whole thing happen. Sure we don't. It like starts and then it cuts to like them both just bandaged up, I think, on opposite sides of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to stay as far away from each other as possible. Yeah.
So going to in the third act, getting to quite close to the end of the film, both of them split up. He's staying at the house, then she goes to the teacher.
Her keys, I think. She forgot, didn't she?
She forgot her keys, went back to your fella's house and goes into a room where the wedding video is being shown, completely empty. Watches the video, finds out what this cult is, and what happens, the bloke pops up out behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's like freaking out and she goes to turn and run away, but then he's standing there like telling her that about this thing that's happening to them.
Yeah.
And how it's like the greatest form of connection and all this stuff. Because in this cult, their whole thing was about you marrying someone and then consuming them, and you just become one, basically. Yeah. But while she's doing this, Dave Franco, who wasn't supposed to do anything, he was meant to just stay at the house, he's fucked off back to the cave, or wherever the fuck it was, where they drank the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, and I don't know how this thing wasn't there the night that they first went down into the cave, but he's down there, and this fucking melded monster of like the the hikers that had went missing emerges from the shadows.
Yeah.
And like, it was that scene, I was like, where the fuck did that come from? Because where was it to begin with?
I don't know, maybe it was just chill. Maybe it was sleeping.
It's just plot armor. It's like, okay, we're not going to see it till that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then even like, I felt like they could have done something subtly earlier in the film.
Yeah.
Where they might have been like, is there something else down here type thing?
Mm-hmm.
Just to indicate that yes, there is something else down there. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But then it comes up later, whereas that just seems to pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and it's a big fucking like, it's a melded monster of, like I said, the two hikers that went missing because they didn't embrace the consumption. Yeah,
it looked kind of like that bit in the substance at the very end when
whenever she's all fucked up.
And the booby came out of her mouth.
Yeah. Demi Moore's face is just in the back like,
no.
We're gonna have to watch The Substance, I think, again and do a review on it because it's such a good fucking movie.
So anyway, the monster comes out that looks like Demi Moore from The Substance.
Yeah.
And it tries to astride Dave Franco.
Yeah. But then, does he kill it? I can't fucking remember.
No, I don't think he does. I think he escapes.
Yeah, he just escapes.
Yeah, he does it in Indiana Jones, like he...
Then she fucking...
she fucking
kills your man. Does she not? Or does she just no? She just smacks him over the face with him.
No,
He cuts her.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, she cuts her. Yeah.
She cuts. He cuts her, like right down fucking here, and she's basically bleeding out at this point because of it. And she like whacks him in the fucking face with something, and as she's running away, you see like in the shadow, his face is like all disfigured, from what I remember. And then so Dave Franco's running away from the monster back to the house. She's running away from him back to the house, bleeding out. And then they stop like at the driveway basically, and he decides he's going to fucking off himself at this point. So he pulls out a gun and sticks it to his head. And she's like, no, you don't have to, because she's dying from blood loss at this point.
Just going to do a Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. I mean, one was a successful musician, he's a failed musician. Close enough.
Parallels. Maybe he was in the grunge.
Yeah. That's what he played.
But he wasn't getting in his
No, he was no good. At least she wasn't Courtney Love. She would have pulled the trigger for him. Anyway.
Right. So how quickly can we get cancelled?
I'm sure we already are. But yeah.
But then she's like, "Oh no, don't do it."
I was just saying that to him.
Yeah, then
don't do it because she's dying.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like holding her in his arms as she dies, and then cuts to black. And then she's being set on the sofa by him. You think, is she dead at this point? Because her eyes are closed, she's very still. Then she wakes up, and he's like, it's the only way I could stop the bleeding. And their arms are all fucking merged again. And then there was a scene earlier on in the film where she's talking about to her friend, about how Dave Franco used to be lovely, basically. And how he bought her Spice Girls on vinyl all these years ago. And in that moment, I was like, they're going to use When Two Becomes One. And they do, because he sticks the Spice Girls vinyl on, sticks it on When Two Become One, and they strip off and just decide, we can't fight this thing anymore.
Well, he gets his deck out for the lads, and they blend together. And,
they blend together, yes.
You know what? And I'm sitting here thinking, why someone could do that to me with an Olivia Rodrigo LP. It's like
stick the Olivia Rodrigo LP on.
Yeah, fucking I'll merge.
Doesn't matter who they are.
I'd like to think it does. I standards.
But yeah, so they start merging together, and the way it's shot is like, it's sort of like these spinning, like the spinning camera as their bodies just starting to like melt into each other.
This is while the Spice Girls is playing on the record.
Yeah. I thought it was just going to end there, to be honest.
And it should have. It's like, if you watch the videos on YouTube, it's like top 10 films which should have ended 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
And this is like one of them. Perfect way to end it, but no. What do we do? What happens next? What
happens next is, it's like these panning shots of the house covered in blood and the shit that's happened over the last couple of days of them two fighting this and then not fighting it anymore. But then next minute it's all clean. There's dinner plates set out and stuff, and her parents arrive. But they still see all the blood on the fucking driveway and all. They go to the door, rap the fucking door, they ring the doorbell, because the doorbell is now one of them bells that you've seen throughout the film.
Yeah.
And open the door, and we get this weird fucking thing in front of us.
It's a guy.
Alison
Brie I'm not
Dave
going to say a
Franco.
guy, but it's a guy and it's a woman.
That's a they, them.
Okay, I'm just not going to use pronouns here for the sake of getting cancelled. So, the Thing. but not the Thing from Fantastic Four. The Thing, right? Comes to the door. No, doesn't come to the door. Doesn't go. It's like, oh, the door. No. So they go to the door, right? This James Franco, Alison Brie, man, woman,
Dave Franco.
You fella, lady, opens the door. That's like the parents. It's like, hello. It's like, hello.
But it's a weird voice.
Okay, so
it comes like,
so do you want to do the female voice? I'll do the male voice. Same time.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I.
All right, I. I was just gonna say hi.
Anyway, so that's the sound that comes out. And so we're thinking to the audience, like, what? We could have been like leaving the cinema 5 minutes early. That was like, cinema.
Cinema.
But why did it cop out? Why? And now I'm thinking, right. So I bet your bloke, the gay teacher, he was definitely one of them.
No, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see the pictures of like him and his fella, and he looks a bit different. So he does. So whenever you're seeing his face, it is meant to be an amalgamation. I'm not going to say the word because it won't be my problem. Yep. Of both of their faces. Mm-hmm. But you don't understand that until you see.
At least to be fair with him, we could call him he because
he is a bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it sort of shows why whenever she smacked him earlier, his face was all like blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the shadows.
Like Clayface.
Yeah. But yeah, it should have ended 5 minutes earlier because that scene was just silly.
Yeah, it was.
That was the silly scene.
See, that was the worst bit because it was so. Well, I won't say believable, but you know what I mean.
Grounded.
Yeah, it was more grounded until that. That's like.
Yeah, it was the fact that it's just we didn't need to see that. I don't think. Even if the door had opened, and the parents were like, you seen their faces just.
Yeah.
And then it cut the black credits rolled. That would have been better than seeing that character.
Yeah.
That combination of Dave Franco and your woman, Alison Brie. Because that was where you're like, okay, yeah, those last 10 seconds we didn't need.
That's actually what brought down like half a rating for me.
Oh, yeah.
It really... Well,
that's the last thing that sticks with you, isn't it?
I know. You're getting severely beaten off camera. No,
I'm getting severely beaten off camera. Have at it, boy.
You're getting melted into. No, right. It's just me with a beard.
A beard and an extra couple of points.
And with my wicked sense of humor. No, so anyway, yeah. The other thing that held me back was like, I wanted more body horror because like I feel like we got bits of it, but we could have got more.
Yeah, we could have got so much more.
I could have been done slightly, better with. You're talking about the blood, the skin. It could have been done better.
Oh yeah, definitely could have been done better. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there could have been less time focused on other aspects of the film to show us more of that.
And there could have been more, freakiness, but
yeah. But no, I think for what we got, it was a good film. I believe it was extremely overhyped, in the marketing. But then that's marketing for you, isn't it? It got people. It got people into the theaters. Yep. But it's whenever you see things that it's like the greatest horror of all time. Like, go fuck yourself. No, it's not. It's not even close. What are you doing? All I'm going to hear in these mics is
yeah. So no.
You dirty cunt. That was such a gay fucking high five. I was like,
okay,
there we go.
So
that stung.
Where were we?
I don't know. The end of the movie. Talking about the body horror, there could have been more of it, and the fact that it's not the greatest horror movie of all time. I think that's about it, to be honest.
What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10, I think I would give it a 6.
Are we
maybe
ever
a 7.
Okay, I was going to give it a 7. Are we ever going to have the same rating?
Well, there we go. With a 7, probably, because I think if I were to watch it again, knowing exactly what I was getting out of it, I might actually enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you give it a 7 as well then? Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, that was us talking about Together. And to be honest, I think most of this track is just laughter. But
laughter and you finding out the seat reclines.
I know, that was a genuine surprise.
Well, when I go to bed tonight, I will just see the ring light in my eyes.
Yeah, just burnt into your corneas.
That's it.
But anyway, thanks for watching. And
if you ladies, gentlemen, and in-betweens, if you Dave Franco, Alison Brie people want to watch our videos, we're just another movie podcast on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram.
Yeah. That's it. Just look for our logo and you'll know it's us.
Yep. And if you've been here, if you've stuck the video this long, put a massive eggplant emoji in the comments and we'll know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And also tell us what you want to watch, because, you know, we'll do retro reviews, we'll do original versus remake, and obviously new releases, which, you know, this is
watch them as they come out, really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.